Welcome back to my stand-up channel. A newborn baby was pulled from the wreckage as 17 people were reportedly rushed to hospital after two trains collided inside a tunnel tonight. Authorities declared a major incident and set up a casualty center as they evacuated 100 people with 50 firefighters rushing to Fisherton Tunnel, near Salisbury, after one of the trains was sent crashing onto its side. Emergency authorities believed the Great Western Railway from Portsmouth Harbour to Bristol derailed after striking a mystery object, sparking a signalling fault. A South Western Railway service from London Waterloo to Honiton then crashed into the other train in the Fisherton Tunnel, leaving dozens of passengers injured as sparks flew. One of the crash's youngest victims was a 3-week-old baby, who was lifted off the train to safety by a brave firefighter. Thankfully, the newborn tot was rescued and is doing well, according to reports. Corinna Anderson, 51, was caught up in the crash and told the BBC, "I did hear and see that on the Temple Meads train there was a 3-week-old baby that was rescued off the train by the fire service, and thankfully she is doing okay. As I climbed off my train I saw the fireman cradling the baby in his arms, and then I saw the mother get given the baby and they were escorted away for medical attention." Network Rail tonight confirmed the crash unfolded when one of the trains derailed after hitting an object, and a second train then collided with it when signalling was affected. About a dozen passengers are believed to have been hurt, with reports they are walking wounded, with some reports suggesting about 17 people were hospitalized after the crash. The driver of the second train was trapped in the cab following the horror crash. He has now been released from his cab and has been taken to hospital, but is not seriously injured, according to sources. The British Transport Police and fire chiefs tonight confirmed the train's driver was one of 100 people evacuated, but did not say what caused the derailment. A casualty centre was set up at St Mark's Church after the major incident unfolded just before 7 p.m. on Sunday. Locals who live around a mile away described hearing a massive bang, and said the collision appeared to be on the approach to Salisbury Station from the east. Videos from near the scene show a road packed with dozens of emergency vehicles and flashing lights. Peter Golden, 52, from Laverstock, Wiltshire, said, "It sounded like something big collapsing, the sound of things falling into each other. With the windy day we've had, I first thought it was a big gust of wind that has knocked something heavy over. It wasn't till the helicopter arrived on station over the tunnel that I realized what I had heard." A resident living near Fisherton Tunnel where the trains crashed said that London Road was full to the brim, with emergency service vehicles, while crews from them were busy evacuating and treating people who were passengers on the crashed trains. They said those who are able to walk have been sent in groups towards the St Mark's Church in the town and taken care of there. There seem to be a lot of people who are able to walk, many of them were teenagers. A mum who was out trick-or-treating with her family nearby has likened the noise of the train crash to a bomb in thunder. Tamar Velicott, 25, said, "It was a noise we've never heard before. My young ones started panicking thinking it was a bomb, and we said maybe a lorry had crashed on the London Road and not to panic. There was no screeching like brakes, just a long rumbling sound like thunder hitting the railway line. It did spook us though, so we decided to get in our car and drive home to Laverstock, where 3 police cars passed us at speed." Major incident. Sailor Morgan Harris, who was travelling from London Waterloo back to his base in Yeovil, said he was thrown from his seat due to the impact of the huge crash. The 20-year-old said, "It was all going along normally, then, all of a sudden, there was this massive bang and all of the lights went out. There were sparks and flames from where we had come off the track, and there was a load of ash coming from outside. Our train was on its side. I was thrown out of my seat and banged against the table." The reverend of the church, which was tonight used as a casualty centre, said 120 train passengers were taken to the site, with some visibly shaken and injured. Reverend Andy Bousfield was just settling down for a quiet evening, when he heard police cars and a helicopter, and later got a call from an officer asking if he could open up the church. Around 120 people, some distressed from the crash, were given tea, biscuits and pizza at St. Mark's Church in Salisbury. The passengers, many carrying luggage and suitcases, were later transported to their destinations on minibuses. A large presence of emergency services, including police, paramedics and critical care doctors, were at the church treating passengers. Describing the passengers, he said there were some people who were visibly shaken and others had some injuries and others were frustrated and just wanted to get home. A Network Rail spokesperson said, at around 7 p.m. this evening, the rear carriage of the 1708 Great Western Railway service from Portsmouth Harbour to Bristol Temple Meads derailed after striking an object on its approach to Salisbury Station. The derailment knocked out all of the signalling in the area. Subsequently, the 1720 South Western Railway service from London Waterloo to Honiton then collided with the Bristol train. There are reports of injuries and the emergency services are on site along with railway first responders. Read our Salisbury train crash live blog here. Transport Minister Chris Heaton-Harris tweeted about the collision. He said, "I am aware of a rail incident that took place near Salisbury. Emergency services are on the scene and I am in close communication with Network Rail and operators. Our thoughts are with those affected by this serious incident." And Grant Shapps also said tonight, "My thoughts go out to those affected by the serious rail incident near Salisbury. Emergency services on scene and we are working closely with Network Rail and operators. The at Rail Govuk and at Rayland Road will investigate. We need to understand how this happened to prevent it in the future. The derailed train is understood to be on its side but the southwestern train remains upright." A spokesman from British Transport Police said they had been called to the tunnel about 6:46 p.m. on Sunday after reports a train had derailed. They confirmed, a casualty centre has been set up at St. Mark's Church, St. Mark's Avenue, SP13DL. About 50 firefighters from Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue on the scene. The Rail Accident Investigation Branch confirmed that they will be launching a probe into the incident. Source: the-sun.com. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.